Welcome to Retirement Key Radio with Abe Abish.
Abe, whether it's you or other advisors that I hear talking, you guys always mention the market. It's just the market this, the market that. And
right.
When we hear people talk about the market, they're referring to a stock index, like the Dow, for instance. And over the long run, the performance of the market generally correlates to the performance of the overall economy. But lately, the markets have soared even as the economy continues to struggle and wobble a little bit. Scott Galloway, a professor at NYU's Stern School of Business, tells Yahoo Finance.
I would argue that the Dow is one of the most dangerous numbers ever manufactured because it creates this delusion of prosperity and that all is fine. If you were to say, how is the health of the Commonwealth, the health of our populace, the health of the economy, you wouldn't guess that the Dow is at an all-time high. So unfortunately, I think this index has gone from something that represents America, which it does not, and it is totally disarticulated from the underlying economy or the health of our nation.
To dumb down what he said, the rest of us are looking at the Dow and thinking, wow, this is great. But he's saying, no, it's not. Are we in more trouble than we realize here?
I think we could be, Kristen. We believe there's a big disconnect in what's going on Wall Street and going on in these major indexes versus what's going on Main Street. I mean, if you just have conversations with people all around you, the market's flying high, hitting all-time historic market highs again, yet millions and millions of people are still unemployed. There were more people unemployed just this last week, another million or so. There are a lot more layoffs to come. We're hearing from the airline industry. October 1st, when that government assistance ends, United, American Airlines, Delta, these are all big airlines that have announced pending layoffs, thousands of people, pilots taking reductions in pay and all these things, and the layoffs. I mean, it could get a lot worse before it gets better, and there's a huge disconnect we feel between Main Street and Wall Street. If you have conversations with just everyday normal people, I mean, the disconnect is huge, Kristen. And what's going on the streets, I mean, on the actual streets, in a lot of these cities is just insane and does not match up to what's going on Wall Street. So,
honestly, I've gotten to where I turn it off. I don't even want to watch it anymore. But I do see that Wall Street's doing well despite things like that and all these other numbers you're talking about. So what do we do about that? How do we handle this?
Right. Well, we need to take a thorough assessment of what's going on right now. And I think take control and take action, take advantage of what's going on right now. Look, in March, most people's portfolios were down 35% in 1 month, the fastest decline in stock market history to a bear market. April, one of the best months and best rebounds in stock market history. Here we are today. Most people have recouped and recovered those losses that they had in March, and a lot of people are ahead of where they were back in March. And so now we need to take control and take advantage. Man, we got out of that. One of the fastest downturns in market history, 30 to 35% losses in 30 days. And we got out of that unscathed as long as we stayed in the market. Let's take advantage. Man, people always say buy low and sell high. The market has now hit all-time historic market highs again. And Kristen, we work predominantly with people 55 to 75, people that are just about to retire, maybe 5 or 10 years or less before full retirement, or already in retirement. And for the market to be hitting all-time highs, again, this is the perfect time to take action. Take a thorough assessment of every single account and holding position investment you have and really come to terms on, are you taking the appropriate amount of risk for your age, for your stage of life, and for your needs and goals in retirement? And I think that's really important. And especially right now, with the market being up and not down, we're able to do some things if appropriate. We had a gentleman call into the show before COVID, and we were finally able to start working together here just recently. And he, like a lot of people, were kind of waiting for the market to turn around, and sure enough, it did. But for him, interestingly enough, he had his money in TSP. He was a federal government employee that just retired. He had all of his money spread out across the different funds in the TSP and was waiting for that to rebound, which it did. He then retired, and he and his wife are serving in a faith-based community here in the area. They took a huge pay cut to do that, but God bless him for doing that, because we need people to serve in these communities for the underprivileged. And so his TSP rebounded, and we're going to help him out with that. And he is very concerned about the election this fall. He's very concerned with the disconnect between Main Street and Wall Street, and he wanted to take action right now, in which we feel is a perfect time to do so. You know, part of the disconnect in the market right now, Kristen, is there are just 4 or 5 main companies that are driving this market to all-time highs. You know, you have Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, a few others, Tesla, Netflix, that are just driving this thing up to all-time highs. Well, guess what? Those 5 to 7 companies can also drive the market down to all-time lows again. So just be careful. Be cautiously optimistic.
Abe is an optimist by nature, but he's also realistic in that optimism. So yes, we are hoping that things continue to go well on Wall Street, but the big question is that what if? And when you're near retirement or already there, you can't afford a mistake. That's why he, for almost 20 years himself, has been helping people nearing and in retirement with their wealth. He's a certified financial fiduciary and has a team of people on your side day or night. Connect at retirementkeyradio.com. You know, during a thunderstorm is usually not the best time to go out and do work on the roof or things like that, but the Next Avenue website argues that the middle of a financial crisis is a really good time to work on your financial future. But Abe, I wonder about that. Why not wait for the economy to settle down a bit and then go talk to a financial advisor, a financial professional, and take care of it then?
Because waiting, Kristen, can be so costly. I urge listeners to take action if you haven't already. If you're not 100% confident in the retirement plan that you have and the holistic plan you have built for your retirement, if you're not confident about what's going on in the market right now, with potentially higher taxes down the road, with maybe higher inflation, and a lot of different things that you have going on in your life. If you're not 100% confident, call into the show and get a true second opinion on any of these matters that we discuss, because then you can test out what you have, right? And you can see, oh, you know, that's good. That's pretty bulletproof. You know what? This area in my plan needs some work. You know what? I always thought that waiting till 70 to take Social Security was best, but now I see that perhaps taking it at 65 or 66 is best. And the same gentleman that we were just talking about before, Kristen, you know, that called into the show before COVID, we ended up just working together because that's kind of how life goes. The last 6 months have been crazy. A couple of big things at our firm, Kristen, is that we educate people to a decision. Education first. We provide comprehensive and unbiased education to clients so that they have a firm grasp of all the material prior to making decisions. In addition, we take a very holistic approach here at the firm, considering all aspects and factors, not just someone's investments. And there are a lot of big name, big box firms out there, and everyone knows the names. And if you hear the names of those firms, most people immediately think investments. There's nothing wrong with helping people to manage their investments, and that's very important. But your investment plan is not your retirement plan.
Right.
It's part of your retirement plan, but it is not the retirement plan. It's an important part. But should we ignore taxes?
No.
No way. Should we ignore Social Security
Absolutely
and
not.
RMDs and long-term care and estate planning and all these things? No way. And so taxes oftentimes are ignored. And what we've seen here is that a lot of companies out there are eliminating matching contributions to their company plans. And if companies are eliminating matching contributions to 401ks and other types of plans, should we even contribute? Because then what other benefits do we have? Well, we have the ability to invest in the market and we have tax deferral. But other than those two things, what else do we have that you can't get on your own in an IRA or elsewhere? And so taxes are a big conversation we have with many, many clients, especially those clients that are concerned with higher federal taxes. And I know most listeners that listen to this station are conservative, and most listeners to this station believe that federal income taxes can only go up because of our $27 trillion and growing national debt problem.
Right.
So taxes are a huge part of our planning. And when we talk about taxes, we talk about tax diversification. And this same gentleman that just ended up working with us is able to save about $2,000, he and his wife, per month in extra cash flow. And so we helped him direct those funds into a tax-free bucket where he can save that on an after-tax basis, have tax deferral, and create tax-free income. If you're just focused on your investment plan and the growth and accumulation of your investment plan, Kristen, while that's important, you could be ignoring a lot of very other important places in your comprehensive plan, which you should be paying attention to also.
Find out more at retirementkeyradio.com.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Abraham Abish is licensed in your state, please call 571-577-9968. Abish Financial Services is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Abraham Abish, NPM number 770-3575.